Hi, my name's Tim Gomez, and this is another episode of Tim luckily talking to himself. I'm feeling super good today because I've got it. I have the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, champions, I have the answer to world hunger, to abundance for everybody on earth. I have the answer to every school, every road being paved, every local council having abundant money to do everything that they should definitely be doing. Homeless people, don't worry. Worldwide abundance. I have the answer. Now, it's in my hat. Hang on. No, hang on. No, it's not. No, it's me. I'm pulling myself out of the hat. That's it. Right. Now, here it is. So, like I've stated, I have the answer. And I'm very proud. This day should go down in history, without a doubt. When I say I'm proud, it wasn't my idea. So I did, credit due where credit is due. And very surprisingly, to me personally, it was actually it's thanks to lawyers. So hats off to lawyers on this one. You've really pulled this one out of the hat. And I think history will thank you for this. You see, it's actually down to a particular bunch of lawyers. They're offices, I imagine, near the Mayflower Steps in a certain city, in a certain country. Mayflower Steps, interesting. Basically, they've given me the absolute answer. And it is utter genius. Utter genius. It's a staggering amount of genius. I mean, I assume most lawyers, you must have all watched Suits, an American series. It's fantastic. There's a character on there, Harvey, the boss. I mean, Harvey, mate, I tell you what, if you knew these guys and the sort of contracts they can come up with, you'd hire them on the spot. So there's always a job there for any of these guys. It's brilliant. And they've given me the answer. They have. And I better give a little bit of a backstory. Explanation is important, I think, at this point in this. Basically, I think I mentioned before the little place I grew up in. A little chalet, utterly so beautiful, in a really beautiful part of Cornwall, just near Millbrook. And as a kid, I mean, these cliffs, they were mine. I was one of the only kids on the cliffs. I used to run around and play forever. So beautiful, I was a cliff dweller. This little chalet is the only thing, technically, that I own. It's the only thing I own. And it's coming up for a lease renewal. And these are long-term leases. I own the structure. They were built in the Second World War to rehouse people from the bombing in Plymouth. And I own the structure, but the land is leased, And basically these leases are coming up for renewal. And, we all knew that. There's a group of us waiting for this renewal. And the renewal process has been a little bit different than in the past. I mean, in the past, it used to be under the Duchy of Cornwall, which is good old Prince Charles. And fantastic. It's always been, in a sense, they're in a way protected in some way. But things have changed. Mount Edgecombe has changed as well. It seems to have board of trustees now, and it's all changed. These things change, I understand. But they've given me the absolute best idea you could ever come up with. I can't believe that you've given me it. Because basically, this one thing I own, in the lease, they've tied it up. Harvey, you need to read this. They've tied it up so well, so well, that in the end, they've put the rent up during COVID. They've put the rent up 400%. It's going to go up more in September. So 400% increase when everyone's a bit having trouble. That's, one of those things. I understand. But on top of that, I was really hoping to I'm struggling with the rent, so I was thinking, well, I've got to sell it. I've got to. And that will get me out of the stuff. I could pick myself up. Fantastic, fantastic. I'll do that, September, October, I'll do that, pick myself up, right? Sorted, bit of a plan. But no, because in this lease, they've put a percentage, a tax if you like, on the sale. And okay, these things happen, I understand. But the percentage they put, guess what it was? And this is the genius part. This is genius. It's not 25%. It's not 50%. That would be steep. It's 75% taxed that goes to the local council. And this is where it really triggered me. It's like, of course. So 75% tax. Luckily, Harvey, these things, these contracts, there's always a way round in it. At first I thought, well, I'm selling it for £1 and they're getting 75 pieces of copper. Nah, not possible. Okay, I'll give it to someone, my kids. No, you can't gift it. No. They left me two ways out, which was good. One is just let it go. Just let it go. But even that involves costs because I then have to remove it and so God knows what would happen. No, they left me one way out. Beyond that, a way to get it to my kids in a sense, is literally me dying, write a will, die. That is how genius this contract is. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. That's a bit steep, isn't it? So no, I'm not doing that. So I'll somehow suss it and sell it and give them their 75% tax. And that's where the genius came in. I thought, well, yeah, all that money that all the local councils, this is the money flow, guys. This is how we can do it. Imagine the revenue brought up. These lawyers are absolutely staggeringly clever. So, on all property sales, a 75% tax. That's the answer, worldwide. Now, I imagine a few people are getting a little bit worried now, aren't you? So I thought, well, you can't really do that because that's a little bit mean. So perhaps you could only put that tax on second, third and fourth properties that certainly some lawyers own, and probably a few on the council board as well. So only tax that. Everyone deserves to have one home, don't you think? So I thought, yeah. But then even that seemed a little bit steep. So perhaps you could have a kind of cap, maybe only houses over the million, for example. So just, and business properties for certain. Because that then got, it just got me thinking. It's like this, the amount of money that would be freed up. Imagine it would flood every local council across the planet. There would be money for everything. The schools, would just have everything they need. The roads would be paved. The parks would be stunningly beautiful. The fields, farmers would have their money. Everything would be sorted. They could go to organic and diverse allotments. Everyone could literally start doing exactly what they actually want to do rather than be stuck in this system. Homeless people, there would be money for some homes for a few homeless people, I would imagine. This money, the councils would handle impeccably. You can just see it. Of course they would, because there would be such an abundance. They'd have to bring in some good accountants. Because, I guess the sort of accountants that work for the big corporations, they're very clever at cutting costs. So if they ran this money in the same way that they run the corporations, then it would be transparent. It would be wonderfully done. Because they don't seem to have any costs. So they don't waste any money. So that, the big corporations, I remember watching a thing where they pay a tax. This is all the big guys, yeah. I think, as I remember correctly, the numbers were a tax of 0.005% on a profit. These are the guys we need to run this money, because think about it. That means on a profit, which they are good accountants, so there's generally no profit. They offset that every time, so there's zero profit. But if they mistakenly made a profit one time, on 1 million euros, should we say, they pay 50 euros tax. That's it. These are the guys we need to run this money flood, I think. Can you imagine the board meeting they must have had? Someone piped, we should pay 10% the tithe. Great idea. No. What, 5%? No. 1%? Oh, no. They must have been really upset. 0%? Oh, we can't pay 0. We've got to pay something. So 0.005%. These guys, they could get a job with Harvey as well, I reckon. You've given me the greatest idea and the answer to world hunger and abundance for absolutely everyone. Homeless people sussed. It is, I can see it very clear now. It's like it's my new daydream. So, lawyers near the Mayflower Steps, I didn't expect the answer to come from you. I must admit, I didn't expect it to come from lawyers and accountants and bankers. You've done it. You've solved it. Unwittingly, I imagine. But you've solved it. So, I guess a few of you might be a little bit concerned where this is going. But you'll be all right. You'll manage. I'm sure you know how to handle your crypto money, and it's very hard to tax that one, isn't it? So I'm sure suddenly property market might take a hit. But hey, it's overinflated anyway, isn't it? And that would free you up, to be honest. You'd be free, bankers. You'd be free. You could run in the daisies. You can do what you wanted to do all along. Spend time with your kids. Spend time in the country. Lawyers, you could you'd just be able to do pro bono work because you wouldn't need it. You wouldn't need any money. You'd keep your one home after happily selling the rest, thinking, oh, what a gift this is to be able to give. And know that the orphans, the hungry children, the starving people, the water problems in Africa, the dirty water, health, free healthcare. So that solves that whole thing going on in the States, doesn't it? It's free for everyone because we've got the money flood, guys. So, Hope you're as excited as I am, because I tell you what, I couldn't believe the answer would come from you all. You'll be free. Banks won't need to be banks in the traditional sense anymore. You'll be like this. You'll be money workers if we even need it. Transport free. University. Not just free. You'll be paid to go to university, guys. Champions, you'll be paid to go. To lift our awareness on a planetary scale. Yeah, I think. So thank you, lawyers. Near Mayflower Steps, you've done it. And all the guys involved in the lease renewal, you've given me the best idea of my life. And possibly a very historical moment. Thank you. Oh, April Fools. You can't take me seriously, you know. Hang on a minute. I think I've made a mistake. Crikey. Big mistake. It's not April 1st, is it? Oh dear. Well, in that case, I'm not going out today. I might get struck by lightning. Anyway, April Fool, you know. I really hope I manage to keep my chalet. But you've not made it easy for a lot of people. Some of the poor people just invested a lot in this. You're taking 75%. But hey, no grudges. It's all right. Good negotiating. Now, better tell you another couple of things while I'm here. I was wondering last night whether to do this. I was stood out in the rain and getting a Chinese takeaway. Very nice. And I was wondering, hang on a minute, I've been thinking about it for a few days, you know. I'm getting playful, I'm learning. I was thinking, oh, crikey, don't know if this is a good idea. You got to, you know, where are you coming from with this, huh? You know, so I sort of tried to ask my higher self. I said, well, is it a good idea? Where am I coming from? Am I coming from being a bit upset about losing my thing, my only thing? You know, you could argue it's on a lease, you take these risks, and you think, yeah, you all think you're not on a lease and it's coming up for renewal? Anyway, we'll leave that one. I was asking my higher self, I thought, is this good? Am I coming from ego, a bit of anger, I don't know. And I kind of settled into myself, and it was like, well, look, you've said you're the children's champion. You've said you're the women's champion. And at that very moment, someone went past me in the rain. And it's this particular lady that I see quite often. Most people would certainly think she's eccentric. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I'd been thinking about her just minutes before as I was walking through the street thinking it's raining, I wonder where she is. Because this lady has no lower parts of her legs. And yet she rides a bicycle and lives on the street of the town I'm in here. I give her some money every time I can, every time I see her, if I've got anything, I give it to her. And I just think, my goodness, how is this happening? I've sussed out how she rides the bike. I mean, just that alone. But she literally, everything she owns is on this bike. And I don't believe in coincidence, because I just thought, I'm the women's champion. I like this lady. I like her a lot. Her smile when you give her some money. She's not talked to me. I don't know her backstory. Clearly a little bit complicated. She's made her own prosthetic legs out of plastic bottles and stuff, and somehow manages to ride a bike. A week or two ago, I noticed it had no tyres on the bike. Recently, someone's got her some tyres, or she's managed it. She goes around, she picks up rubbish and does recycling. I mean, this lady's incredible. And I was just like, well, there it is. I'm taking that as a sign to go ahead. I ain't wanting to dig at anyone. I want to point things out. This lady, I found out, gets no support whatsoever from the local council. And with the money flood, she could. I had a dream some weeks ago where I saw her in the dream, and she was at the back of this little apartment, hanging out her washing. She had a home in the dream. And I thought, well, I'm going with my dreams more and more now. I mean, she's incredible. I'd seen her just a couple of nights before, and it was so odd. She was inside the same Chinese restaurant, and I was just coming up to the door, so it was someone else coming, and I kind of gave way to that person. And my legs almost gave out for some. I just sort of stumbled and literally went down the floor. You can take that as nothing. I don't take that as nothing, because then the next moment, just the other side of that wall, was this very lady. Anyway, I was also thinking, I'm not just the ladies champion, I'm the trees champion. And I don't stop there. Guess who else is the champion I am? I'm the earth's champion. That's right. There's no limit to this or my imagination. See, I had a dream. I met the earth. I met her. And she likes me, I reckon. And you know what, in the end, she didn't call me Silly Tim. No, she didn't. She called me Silly King. And I thought, that's got a nice little ring to it. Always lucky I'm talking to myself, isn't it, huh? I'm learning to get playful angels, and I'm starting to quite enjoy it. So if I need to pull it up a bit, you better come and tell me soon, because I'm only just getting started. Should have probably done it on April 1st though. That might be a bit of a mistake. But hey, happy April Fools. I hope you're all well. I hope you're feeling good, because there is a shift in energy on this planet at the moment that you would be well advised to shift into in the simplest ways. Just start to resonate with it, start to play, you know. Like I said to no one before, start to play. And I gotta tell you, I'm starting to enjoy it, you know. I think we're gonna have a pretty good year. And we'll just let the money flood sort itself out, shall we? I better not mess around in that too much. But like I say, you better come and stop me. Anyway, that's my little joke. See what happens. Hope certain people are very, very well. There's a whole load of people on this planet I am desperate to meet. And I want it. And I want it to be sooner than later. I can't do another year. No. No, we're all free now. So why don't we just be free together, huh? So, champions, let's up our game this year. We can do it. We really can do it.